Welcome to Nano Podcast. This is a family podcast where we discuss everyday family issues. Please like, share, and subscribe to the podcast.
A single mom tries when things are hard. She never gives up. She believes in her family, even when things are tough. She knows that above all things, a mother's love is more than enough. That's a quote by Dennis Williams. We've been discussing single parenting for a while now. We said that single parenting is unique in its own way. The reason why many parents become single may vary, and also the reason why some parents would want to raise a child alone without the help of a parent, or because of without the help of a partner, could be that one, their partner died, or they have a separation. Sometimes the partner just left, abandoned them with the children. It happens, you understand? So because of that, they determined to raise the children on their own. In our last podcast, we said that many parents become a parent is not that easy. You get me? Some people will look at it in this way. Some we said as well, some people, they don't want to have children because they think children are messy. That is hard to raise a child. Do you get me? So those are the things. Every parent wants to be a good parent. Every parent wants their children to be successful. They want to raise their children to be successful in every area in their life, you know what I mean? So they put in effort. They try to do everything in order to raise their children. Mm-hmm. Sometimes they want them to be successful in academics. They want them to be successful in
sports.
In their daily activities. They want them to be successful in life general. You know, to a single parent, it's not that easy. It's not an easy task. In our last podcast, we said that some of the single parents, they are their mom and their dad at the same time. Do you understand? So it's not easy. We discussed some of the things that would make the life of a single parent hard in our last podcast. Some of those factors might come in handy in what we're going to discuss today.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and when you look at the effects single parenting will have on a child, it can have good or bad effects on the child, depending on the individual parent. But there are many outstanding individuals raised by single parents that grew to become successful. And I believe you know a lot of them. So, though there are many children that have lost their way just because they have a single parent, doesn't mean all of them are.
Yeah, the problem is not that those children lost their way because of the single parent. I think rather the parent themselves give up in life. They just give up in life. You know, when there's a separation or someone's partner died, like I said, the way the individual parent handle the loss will determine how they will move on with their life. You know, some of them might not take that separation well. The separation might sometimes it hit them so hard that they stop living. They stop enjoying life. And the fate always affect everything around them, especially when they have children. Mm-hmm. You know, the children tends to suffer the most, you know.
Yeah, they do. Well, let's look at the effects of single parenting for a child. You said that when separation hits some of the single parents, it hits some of the single parents hard. And some of them give up hope, like you said, and they just stop living, and these stuff, they give bad effects to children sometimes. And one of the effects are lack of money. You know that earning money is one of the top priorities for a single parent, and especially you have to provide for your children and pay for everything in the house. So you said after separation, some of the parents can't cope with paying all of the bills and providing things their children want. So sometimes they'll have to leave a full-time job so they can spend time with their child and take care of their child as well. And some might not even finish their education just because they have to take care of the child. And if they did finish that education, they could have had a much better job than they had now.
Yes, lack of money. I made mention that sometimes because of separation or because maybe the partner died or someone left. Yeah, the way they take that separation, they might take it bad because sometimes you find out that that single parent, they give up hope. They don't want to live anymore. And when someone give up hope, it affects every area of their life because now you don't have that determination to succeed. And when someone doesn't have determination to succeed, people around them, it affect them as well, especially when they have children. Do you understand? So because of that, some of them, like you say, talk about education. They might be in education. They might be in university or something. They might be in a course that they were doing for them to, when they finish their courses, they will earn better money, or they'll earn a good money, or they'll earn better, just get a better job to earn more money. But because of the separation, what it normally happens is that they just drop out of school because they're taking that separation badly. They drop out of school, and once they drop out of school, sometimes they might fall into social welfare because they're in social welfare. It affects their income.
Mm-hmm.
Now they start having lack of money. They can't provide for the children anymore. They can't even provide for themselves, and because of that, they might fall into depression. And once they're into depression, everything around them is affected. You get me? They lacking that money, and they cannot provide for the children anymore. And because of that, those children, they start suffering, and they fall into hardship. And once someone family fall into hardship, it will bring a lot of things. Do you understand me? So it's affecting a lot, mostly these children.
Yeah, it does. And the second one of those bad effects is children fending for themselves. When there's a lack of money, like I said previously, when there's a lack of money in a family, it brings hardship. And when the child has to take care of themselves from a young age because maybe their parent doesn't have the time to cook for them or take them to school, they would usually be very independent at a young age, and they would be able to take care of themselves. And some people could say it's a bad thing because the child won't be able to be free. And since the parent doesn't have time to take care of the child, it could cause a big problem for the child in the future because maybe they could become less socially orientated.
Yeah, because like you said there as well, lack of money is part of it. Because there's lack of money in the house, I said earlier, the lack of money, everybody's now start fending for themselves. The mother or the father, which is a single parent, doesn't have that belief. They don't want to live anymore. Mm-hmm. Sometimes they don't have that confidence to even to take care of themselves. They're giving up hope life. Because of that, those children, then now what happens if they have children? They start fending for themselves. Sometimes you see some children at a young age, they're fending, they're looking after themselves. You get me? If you look, for example, they might have teenagers in the house and all stuff, and those teenagers, what happens now? They start fending for themselves. And once it's like that, they will give up. They don't want to go to school. Sometimes they drop out of school. And once some of them drop out of school, what happens? They're going out on the street. When you're out of on the street, what happens now? You join the bank gangs. They start them selling drugs and everything. It's part of all those kind of things because the parent at home already give up hope. The children now, they're fending for themselves.
Yeah, some people could even say that as child neglect as well.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, because they're already giving up hope. And if they don't have someone around them, they don't have family members around them that notice that early, even in order to intervene, or maybe they take them to seek help and all that, it might get off hand. And you see some of those children, you see them, they will go into juvenile prison and all those kind of things. They're going committing crimes because it started from home. The parent, single parent, or this thing is not only single parent. There are some families as well, they have both parents. But the both parents are not there. They're giving up hope as well. Do you get me? So the children do the same thing. They fend for themselves, or they don't care. All those kind of things. So that's part of it. You know, when children they start fending for themselves, they become matured early. And when they become matured early, sometimes it goes both ways. There are some children that can handle the pressure. They said yes. They determined to move forward, to succeed. Why some they fall off on the street. Do you get me? And can go both ways, yeah?
Yeah. And speaking of going on the street, this is a follow up from this one that I just said. The third one of those effects is children being abused by strangers. This is something that happens a lot around the world, especially because single parented children usually go to school by themselves, or they just hang around by themselves as well, around their area or around the streets. And since
because most of the time they're fending for themselves, isn't it? So they're out there on the street, going around, trying to find a way to like live, to make money, in order to bring home, to buy food. Sometimes because the parents they cannot provide food and all those kind of things. Yeah.
Yeah, and since the child could be used to walking by themselves, maybe their parent hasn't told them to stay away from strangers, and they could be oblivious to it and not know when to stay clear of strangers that could be dangerous to them. Or, for example, the child's parent could bring a stranger to the house, and when the parent is in a different room, let's say that they're in a different room, the stranger could harm the child.
Yeah, because they bring in strangers. You know, when like, because of that lack of living, when you give up hope that you don't want to leave, the parents already given up hope, they don't want to leave. They bring that lack of money. The children that's defending for themselves. They're out there on the street. Okay, I understand what I mean. And sometimes, because of that lack of money, the parents, they might go in a different direction whereby they're looking for ways to make money. Do you get me? And they can fall into the wrong hands. And because of that, they bring in strangers to the house. And when they bring in strangers to the house, what do you think happens? These children are exposed to danger. A lot of things can happen. Like you said, the parent might be in a different room.
Or their parents could just leave the stranger with the child.
They were the child and everything. So what happens then? The children might be abused and all those kind of things they put in hand because of that. The situation, what I'm pointing out is that sometimes it's not that single parenting is that bad or something. Sometimes some of them, they give up hope because then now they lose someone that is supposed to be a helper to them. And because of that, the way they take that separation might hit them so hard and they give up. Understand? And if there's no one around them to notice early in order for them to seek help or someone to assist them,
it could be a big problem for the child.
And those are the effects. Part of that effect is part of what we're saying now. Bringing strangers home in order for them to make money. Sometimes you can bring a man that you don't know or a woman that you don't know at home, and you leave your children with them or something like that. A lot of things can happen. Do you get me? Those are the things that it brings. I said to you, it's not only in a single home. It might happen as well in a family that has both parents. But rarely does it happen much, because if one of the parents is not home, the other one is home. Do you understand what I mean? There's always like someone out there is different compared to when you are the only one. You're the father, you're the mother, you are just one, the earner. Do you get me? The so-called earner and everything. There's a lot of things. Because of that lack of money, can lead to a lot of things in the family.
Yeah, and the fourth and last one out of those effects is children lacking behind in school. Well, this is a big problem for single-parented children. And people could say that kids with one parent are less focused in school because they're not being disciplined enough at home and their parent doesn't teach them manners and how to act well in school. Maybe children with one parent act like this because their parents haven't told them to act well in school, or their parents haven't had the time to tell them that they have to focus and listen in class. But it's not every child with one parent that acts like this. Some single parents discipline their kids to do their best in class, and it pays off.
Yeah, when you said in lacking behind in school, yes. All these things is pointing back to the parents. It's not about if it's a single parent or double when we have both parents at home. Some parents, they don't really they don't focus.
They don't put enough effort.
Yeah, they don't put effort. They don't put the children priority first. They don't put them first. They're all just like, sometimes you see the parents, some of them, they just focusing on themselves without even thinking about the children. Understand? So what we're saying about the single parenting, sometimes you see because of the separation, sometimes the parents, they share custody of those children. And once there's shared custody, sometimes you see that both parents, they're trying to buy the children love.
Yeah, like we said
in one of our podcasts.
Yeah.
They try to buy children's love. And because of the one try to buy children's love, there's no more discipline. They don't want to make those children to be upset. They don't want to do you understand what I mean? Like, say the right thing. And because of that, the children are spoiled. They do whatever they want to do. In that as well, you see that they don't focus money in their school, because even they have homework and everything, no one is helping them out to do that. You get me? Because now everyone is trying to buy the kids' favor. No one is telling them the right thing. So there's no discipline. There's lack of discipline. And because of that, you see they start lacking in school. And when you start lacking in school, it's affecting your future as well. And that's why sometimes you see that some people say that the children of a single parent, they don't move ahead in life.
Yeah.
It's part of that.
But the thing is, there's many children with single parents that grew up to be celebrities, football stars, they're musicians. There are many celebrities.
A lot of them, they're in top positions in high society. It's not, that's what I'm saying, it's not about being single or being both. It's the parent itself, it's the person that is involved, it's the guardian.
It's how they react with the separation or the loss of their partner.
Yes. The way they react, the way they take it, the way they move on, the way they want to raise the children. They understand me? So sometimes some of them, they're still, because they can't move, they give up hope. And that's the bad part of it, because people around them, family members, no one is there to help. Maybe they didn't notice that early. Those people, they fall into depression, or they fall into, I don't know. They mostly, when you, even if you're not a parent, once you lose hope. You give up hope in life, it's finished. So most times, that's part of the things that most of the single parents in there, they experience every day, that people don't really actually understand. And because of that, it's affecting their children, and it's affecting everyone around them. So parenting, like I said in last podcast, parenting is a gift. Do you know what I mean? And when you have a child, your responsibility is for you to take care of them. It's a gift. It's something that you have as a gift. Do you get me? You need to cherish it, and just take care of it. But if someone give you a gift that you don't cherish, what do you think? You don't care about it. You understand? That's part of it. Whether a child is being raised by a single parent, in a family of both parents, it does not matter. Like I said, all that matters is that the child is being raised in a loving environment. The child responsibility, the child well-being is being taken care of. Do you get me? You said that most of them, they grew up. People that was raised in single parent, they grew up to become the best they can be in life. A lot of them that we can name, that we don't want to name here, a lot of them, they become something in life. Do you understand me? It's not about whether the home or something. It's about the parent, people that are inside that home, how they raise those children. You understand? So I want to let all the parents know that you shouldn't raise children with guilt, whether you're single or not. Be the best you can.
Yeah.
Be the best you can. Support the children, support yourself. If you need help,
ask for it.
Seek help. The society is out there to help you. Talk to your family members, talk to people around you, let them help. You get me? Instead of giving up in life, and it will affect your children as well, because those children as well are going to give up in life as well. And those are the kind of things that I do, and it's affecting their future. You get me? So that's all I want to say about that, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you for staying with us till the end.
And don't forget that family is everything.
Thank you.
Thank you.